If you want to record a quick inspiration, just use your phone recorder, right? I mean, it's free, it comes in with your phone. But what we're looking at here, right, is not your typical, recording things like that. This is a handy recorder, but what if you need to record some specific melodies, or if you're going to be recording in a quite a loud or quite an unfavorable situation? So what should you do? What should you get? This is the answer. This is the Zoom H1n. No, it's not the video conferencing Zoom. It's two different Zooms. Alright, I know, right? So zoomy, right? Anyway, this is the Zoom H1n. Is it any good? Well, let's find out. Hey guys, this is Chester here. You guys are watching our channel right here at Chester and Unboxing. So today we'll be taking a look at a pretty unique device. This is actually the Zoom H1n. So previously they originally had the H1, so this is actually a reiteration, an improved version, if you may. So what is this? So basically, to put it in really simple terms, this is a stereo recorder. That's it. Okay, but a very glorified stereo recorder. So Zoom actually has a few products. They don't just do recording, they actually have pedals as well. So like electric guitar pedals, bass guitar pedals and everything. But they also have their recorder lineup where their more famous ones are actually in the field recorder. So you can actually go out in a field, and because it's portable, right, battery, so you can actually connect a few instruments up to it as one, and you can literally just power it up there. So it's pretty cool. But today we'll be taking a look at the little brother. This is the Zoom H1n. So this is a dual mic, meaning there's two mics in this particular setup, and it does stereo recording at up to 24-bit or 96 kilohertz recording. So that's actually very clear and high-end specs for it. Okay, but that also means that it actually consumes quite a bit of storage. We'll check it out on that later. Okay, so going around the box, right, it is Zoom H1n. By the way, there's H2, H3, H4, H5 and all the rest and so forth. So if let's say you are really using this, like you really have a professional use case for this, for recording, then I would suggest you look at their high-end models. But for me personally, I'm happy with the H1. Alright, budget lah, of course, right? Okay, so looking at the back of the box, we have we have different features. So XY mic design, blah blah blah, monochrome LCD. Yes, so later I'll be talking more about that in a while when we go through the product. Okay, so yes, let's open this up. Okay, so in the box, what you will get is at first a pouch. So this is not just for packaging, right? You can actually keep this and as you go, so that you don't accidentally scratch your precious baby while you're in the go. All right. This is two AAA batteries, because this particular device, the H1n, it runs on two AAA batteries. Yes, that's right. Just to AAA, so it's not going to be very heavy. More about that later. Okay, so and also the manual guide and stuff like that. So this is basically what you should receive out of the box. Okay, and last but not least, some handy guides, recordings. So this is a quick guide. This is the Goya Repreta. That's different language. Okay, so under the quick guide, right, so I felt it's best to mention this first. So if you are using a professional recorder for the first time, I actually highly recommend that you actually take a look at this guide, because it will go through with you all the different functions, and yes, it has a lot of functions. So you go through all the different functions and what you need to get started. So for example, preparations, remove the battery cover, blah, blah, blah. First and foremost, we already mentioned the mics, right? So this is a 1.25 inch monochrome LCD. So 1.25 inch you may think is small, but actually for a device that is like handheld, is plenty good enough already. Okay, so you have that is your LCD. So the LCD, your display will show you all the things you need to know. For example, when you're recording, you'll show you that it's recording, the timer, countdown, and everything. And what I personally like about it is it will actually show you the level. So if let's say it is too loud for the mic to handle, then it will show that it is peaking. Peaking meaning that you have hit the maximum input that it can take. Let's go back to the mics because these are the true stars of the show. So these dual mics, right, they actually can record up to 120 decibels. In case that's not impressive enough, right, I'm just going to give you a bit of comparison, okay? 120 decibels is roughly the same as a chainsaw. Okay, maybe that's not your alley, alright? 120 decibels is about the same as a jet plane taking off. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, hell
okay,
no!
So moving on, we have the dual. Yeah, so the dual mics are actually very powerful. But if actually you want like more mics and everything, look for the high-end model. So the H2, for example, the H2 has 4 mics, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, they have 4 mics that have a more stereo recording style lah. Okay, so this particular one. So let's go through the buttons now. First and foremost, this is your volume button. So basically you use this to control the volume. Okay, you use this is the most important knob here. No, not really the most important, but this knob is your input level. So basically if you want to up the, it's something like gain, but it's not really gain. So this is just the input level. So if let's say the environment is very quiet, you can up it, turn it up. If the environment if it's like super loud, right, and you don't need to take in everything because it might peak, so you turn it down a little bit until the graph in the LCD doesn't like always like constantly at full. Okay, moving on, you have the almighty record button. This is your most important button. So this is the record, press to record and everything. Okay, we have your audio LO cut. LO cut means your low cut limiter. It is for the mic, it is for the line in, so more about that later. And finally, the auto level. So auto level is pretty cool. So when you're recording, if let's say, you know, when you're recording the thing that you're recording, for example, has loud and soft volumes. You don't want to, like, you know, while you're doing this, you don't want to, like, you know, adjust, right? So you press that auto level, and the H1n will try its best to automatically adjust the input level. It is actually very useful, especially if you know the thing you're recording has varying levels. Okay, moving on, we have the stop button or the option. Okay, play, pause, and this is to go back, and this is to go to the next one. Okay, almost all you need is actually at the front face lah. So moving on to the side, this is the right side now. Right side actually has line in. So line in or mic in. So this is actually one of my favorite features to use. If let's say that you are going to be using this device, but it is a bit too far, or if let's say you want to go directly into a source, a sound source, you can actually plug that in. This is a 3.5mm jack, or you know, for some folks out there, got a 1/8 inch jack. Stereo, by the way, so both left and right. Yep, so that limiter button just now, yeah, so is to control this one. So if let's say the input source is too loud and it is peaking lah, so you add that limiter function. Okay, pretty straightforward. And this is your SD card reader. So this is the micro SD or SDHC, I believe. Micro SD card supports up to 32 gigs. So you will need that if you are going to be recording, because it's going to record directly to the micro SD card. But unfortunately, it only supports up to 32 gig lah. I wish, you know, 128, 256 with like modern technology, but you take what you can get. Okay, moving on. Setting, power on, hold, and delete. This trash, I believe, is to when you're going through your tracks, right? Yeah, you can actually press this to delete the audio track. Okay, go that to power on, and then the DC 5 volt. This USB, this is micro USB, by the way. So this micro USB is you can connect it to the computer to act for this H1n to act as a audio interface. So as if this this like freaking thing has not enough features, right? You can even use it as an audio interface. So if let's say you're talking, you can actually connect it straight to the computer and it will do the rest for you. So you can connect this directly to your DAW inside your software, whether you're Mac or whether you're Windows, and then it will do the recording professionally, of course. Okay, so that's it for the right side. Moving on to the left side. Okay, left side, this is a line out meaning like headphones. So another 3.5mm jack, stereo as well. So if let's say you are hearing the playback, there is speakers here by the way, yeah, but if let's say you are hearing the playback and then it's like you can't really hear, okay, so you use that to connect to your headphones so you can have like privacy and whatever. This particular line out has volume control. So if you can actually control the volume of your headphone volume using the control here, which is shook, because otherwise if let's say you just recorded something loud and then you plug it in and you're gonna get all the loud shit and then you're gonna die. Okay, so yeah, left side is very simple. Down to the bottom there's nothing. Behind it is your battery tray. So battery tray just slide out. Your two AAA batteries as shown. Okay, so this particular H1n, right, it supports not only your alkaline AAA, it will also support your lithium and the NIMH. For the longest time, I always thought MINH was pronounced NIMH. Nani? I don't know. If you're one of those guys who pronounce NIMH NIMH, just put in the comment section like, hey, I'm not the only one. So that's about that. And something cool I noticed, right, is this hole here. Okay. This hole here is actually, it looks to be a standard threaded for your tripod, which is damn cool, because sometimes you don't want to hold and then you move around, because if you you move around and then you move like that, right, what's gonna happen, right? Okay, I'm gonna do to the mic what it's gonna feel like. So if let's say you hold like that, you don't move, it's gonna record as cleanly as possible, right? But if you move your hands, and provided you don't touch any of the buttons but if you move your hands, you're gonna sound like this. You hear that? I can't hear because this is mic, but you're gonna get that sound, which is very undesirable because it is so close to the mic. So what this tripod does, right, you can actually mount it like that, and then it's really like like a podcast, like a streamer. Yeah, it's damn cool. So yeah, it's really crazy. There's so many different functions in this H1n that like one video of unboxing is not good enough to cover all of that. Something to take note also is that in terms of recording, it actually records in two different formats. You can choose either one. So it's either MP3 or WAV. WAV not as in the wave, but WAV format. So WAV format is lossless, while MP3 is lossy. So the difference is that lossless, you get all the full fat of the quality so by the expense of file size. While on the other hand, MP3, you get smaller file sizes, but the sound quality is not that good. So because remember we mentioned the micro SD can record up to 32 gigs, right? So for WAV, your maximum, if let's say you use 24-bit 96 kilohertz, the maximum you can record using a 32 gig thumb drive will be about 15 minutes. Okay, and on the minimum setting, it can record up to 50 minutes. Okay, so that's on WAV. Hours, sorry, not minutes. Hours, 15 hours and 50 hours. Personally, I'm just gonna use WAV because I'm using this for professional use, right? So why would I want to use MP3? But if let's say you use this very often and you don't really have the time to transfer it out, use MP3 because it will still be okay. So if not, yeah, it's actually very small. The weight of this is about 60 grams without batteries, of course. So with batteries, it's a bit more, but not too heavy because it's just AAA. Dimensions wise, it is actually very small. Like as you can see, this is my palm, right? Like it is like that. It is smaller than a palm, my palm. So it is very palm size. It's almost like a mic. So let me show you guys a comparison using a regular microphone. So a Zoom H1n versus a regular microphone, it is shorter than a mic, but in terms of width, it is about the same. Yeah, so it's about the same. The way you hold is about the same. Okay, if not, that's about it for our unboxing and first look at the Zoom H1n stereo recorder. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. I'm Chester, that's all for today. See you guys.